Thank you for joining us for our webinar today. In the next 20 minutes or so, we want to share with you some of the incredible trends happening around digital audio and mobile, and then share with you some ideas for how you can really put mobile to work to generate revenue and engagement for your station. My name is Bob Kernan. I'm the COO of jacapps. Let's get started. Our sister company, Jacapps Media, for the past 15 years has done an annual tracking study looking at how radio listeners engage with technology. We have some of that data here specific to mobile and digital audio. If you want the whole presentation, just visit jacappsmedia.com. Let's jump into the data. Every year since I joined jacapps 9 years ago, these two lines have been converging. After a couple of fairly static years in 2019 and 2020, the convergence took another major step during the pandemic, when so many radio listeners were out of their cars and hunkered down at home. As you can see from this chart, as of this year, digital listening makes up over a third of all time spent with radio. That means that your stream is now almost as important as your broadcast, and in many ways, which we'll show you in a few minutes, even more so. And the prominence of digital listening only increases as the listening audience gets younger. As you can see from the data above, fewer listeners are tuning into radio, mostly because of the prominence of other sources of audio entertainment, be it Spotify, Pandora, podcasts, or other sources. So the competition has heated up a lot. The question is, how are you going to prevent that audience attrition and do a better job of reaching that coveted younger audience? As you can see here, almost half our sample is listening to streaming audio on a daily basis. That is a ton of listening. And that means you need to make sure that your content is where they are. That means smart speakers, mobile apps, every possible outlet. And as you can see here, the trend is unstoppable. For the past 5 years, we've seen a slow but steady transition to digital listening. And the younger the demographic, the more pronounced the trend is. If you're going to compete over the next few years, you need to view your digital efforts as more than just checking a box. Stream, check, mobile app, check. It's just not something you can set and forget anymore. And as you can see here, leading this trend are mobile apps. While the digital space grows steadily, the preeminent device is rapidly becoming the smartphone. Not really surprising as we use our phones for everything. It is the most ubiquitous device in our lives. As of 2022, nearly half of all digital listening is now done on the mobile device. This means that the opportunity for you to earn your spot on that all-important device is one that you have to go after aggressively. As you can see here, while 40% of the audiences downloaded your app, an almost equal share don't even know it exists. That's why it is so crucial that once you have an app that is worthy of it, you need to promote it heavily and consistently. And again, here you can see the steady growth of users adopting your mobile app, with those digital pioneers, the Gen Xers, leading the way. And as you can see here, that what they're doing on your apps mostly is listening to your audio stream. These other categories, however, indicate a huge opportunity. But for now, congratulations, you've reinvented the transistor radio. And that's why you can't afford to stop there. The opportunity to bring your audience other great content, services, and utilities is massive, and probably as great a revenue opportunity as your stream. You just have to know how to take advantage of it. And that's what I want to talk about now. As a provider of audio content, your brand has an amazing opportunity to assert itself in the mobile space and create new opportunities to drive new underwriting dollars. The first step is to change your mindset about your mobile application. You need to think of it as more than an ancillary distribution channel for your content. As the previous slides show, it isn't really ancillary anymore. It's rapidly becoming primary. The second step is to look at how you can leverage it with your underwriting clients. As underwriters look more urgently to mobile, you want to optimize your app to take advantage. We recommend that you package and market your underwriting efforts on mobile aggressively. Don't wait for them. Our apps will support you in these efforts by enabling pre-roll audio messages, as well as support for Google Ad Manager for display banners. We also support the Triton SDK. When you're just starting out in this area, we recommend a package that is a single underwriter, for your mobile apps. In this approach, you can use your full screen splash ad at app launch. Anchor a banner at the top of the screen so that your sponsor is always visible. Add a pre-roll audio ad and you've got a compelling offering for an underwriter. Support the campaign by tagging the underwriter in on-air promotions of the app. Just these very basic efforts should make your app strategy profitable all on its own. But the opportunity is bigger than that. With some creativity, you can use your mobile strategy to create new sources of revenue and new community connections for your station. There are two avenues that we'll explore here. The first is to do something that is focused on filling a void or owning an area in your local market. The second is to focus on a specific vertical content area that is a good fit for your station brand. One of the more obvious local verticals to look at is news. Lots of small markets are very challenged when it comes to the news environment with few competitive outlets. If you're a news station or can partner with a newspaper or local website, you can use your promotional powers to really become the local news leader, even launching a dedicated app for that purpose. Here's a specific example of a commercial radio company, Midwest Family Broadcasting in Southwest Michigan, that created its own news app, Town Crier Wire. As you can see, they cover a wide variety of local news topics and have a couple of sponsors exclusive to the app. The app is promoted on their stations and through other local channels and has become a significant profit center for the company. Another great opportunity is to create local guides. This feature is exclusive to jacapps and gives you the ability to create a feed of local businesses and have those businesses presented as both a list, as you can see on the left, or on a map, as you see on the right. These guides can be for your whole area or in a specific content vertical. We've seen these guides in different areas like bar guides for a rock station or local Christian schools for a religious broadcaster. Here's another great example from Midwest Family. This is Around the 715, a guide to local happenings and businesses. This app has lots of content as well as numerous underwriting opportunities. The whole app runs off the same content feeds as the ones that populate the companion website. Those are some of the ways you can directly generate revenue using mobile, but to truly maximize your mobile efforts, you should also be using your app to engage your audience. That means getting them to let you into their digital lives in a more meaningful way. And the audience is surprisingly ready to do this. Audiences are generally willing to engage with you. As you can see here, a significant portion of your listeners are ready to let you send notifications, tell you where they are, and even give you access to their device's microphone. While none of these numbers are majorities, they are your biggest fans and influencers. The reason they're willing to do this is that your brand is meaningful to them, and they trust you not to violate their privacy or abuse your access to them. So don't do those things. What you do want to do is use this access to start a conversation, which means listening, not just waiting to talk, and learn more about what they'd like from you. The other opportunity is to use this engagement to really turn them into fans and even ambassadors for your brand. One way to do this is through letting them contribute to your content around your brand. Our apps enable you to get media in the form of audio, video, and photos from your listeners and really leverage that into new content. For news stations, this could be a way to develop a citizen news gathering team. By soliciting this content and acknowledging it when you use it, you turn your audience into participants. It also gives you the opportunity to hear from your listeners directly in real time and unfiltered. And when pledge time comes, it's a great way to get testimonials from your listeners about why they love your station and support it. And finally, you can get your message through to them directly using push notifications. This opt-in channel allows you to deliver messages right to the notification tray of their phone. If you want this channel to be most effective, make sure that your messages are relevant, non-intrusive, and timely. This is a channel where you always want to be thinking, how is this message useful to the recipient, rather than how does this message benefit me? By doing these things, you will find that your mobile app traffic will grow and your relationship with your audience will expand, making each audience member both more valuable and a better ambassador for your brand. Thanks for taking some time out of your schedule today to listen to us. We genuinely want to help you put mobile to work for your brand and are always happy to talk to you about how you can better accomplish your digital goals. If you want to talk about your app strategy, our business development department and I are more than happy to set up a time to talk. If you're ready to take your mobile app strategy to the next level, give us a call or drop us an email. We'd love to have you as a client.